You already know enough. The question is, what decision do you need to make? It is time for you to make the call. I am Erica in Parks. I am a combat Army veteran and I am an executor. In this episode, we will discuss execution breaks down before it even starts. Welcome to Make the Call. Execution doesn't fail because leaders are lazy. It doesn't even fail because they're unwilling to get the job done or incapable. Execution usually breaks down because there's not a framework for making decisions. Before the first task is completed, leaders have already set their priorities. They have already decided what gets their time, attention, and energy. Those are what I call invisible decisions that interfere and dictate whether execution will succeed or fail. Here is the situation. Leaders have a decision problem, not a time problem. But most leaders believe they have a time problem, productivity problem, or a momentum problem. But that's not often the case. The problem is there is no framework around making decisions. Without a decision-making framework, everything starts to feel urgent. Priority starts to compete. Projects start to stall. There is no strategic thinking and planning time. And instead of being intentional, we are now reacting. Execution is about making a decision. Every task, every meeting, every project, and every opportunity starts with a decision. Execution is simply the evidence of the decision you made. Execution starts before you begin, and it starts with questions like this. What is deserving of my attention? What can I control? What am I willing to say no to? What am I building upon? And what am I deciding before I even start? For years, I knew I was capable. I had the education, I had the experience, I had the results, and I had served my country. But during that time, I relied on one institution, the employment system, to continuously provide repeated opportunities for me. And that didn't happen. I faced repeated rejection. Now, it didn't make me question my value because I always knew I was competent. But it did make me rethink where I was lending control over my life and how I would move forward. That pushed me into entrepreneurship. I decided at that time that I would never rely on one source or one path to provide for me or control my life, because things can change in a second and it could change the quality of my life. From that point on, my decision about business and leadership changed drastically. That was a turning point. Today, every significant decision that I make passes through these 4 questions. Does it generate revenue? Does it create quality relationships? Is it increasing my capacity? Or is it protecting my energy? If all of those answers are no, it is not a high priority for me. Protecting my energy is a big deal for me. It's not about doing less work. That's never the issue. It protects my leadership capacity. You see, when my energy is preserved, I think better. I make better decisions. I lead better and I execute better. So preserving my energy is all about being able to lead effectively. Energy is not separate from execution. It's part of leadership. Before I go, here is my call to action for you. Before you begin working harder, I want you to ask yourself these 4 questions. Number 1, what invisible decision am I already making? 2, what foundation am I building my business on? 3, am I protecting my priorities or am I responding to everyone else's? And 4, where is the execution already breaking down before I even start? Remember, execution doesn't break down when you begin the work. It breaks down before you start. The quality of your execution is always dependent upon the quality of the decisions you make. Thank you for watching another episode of Make the Call. See you next week.